Hi, this is Brittany from the Goddess Complex LLC here. Welcome to today's video. We're going to be doing the 2023 update about Ancestor money. Ancestor money, if you don't know, also known as Hell Notes or Heaven Notes, Joss paper, made with Joss paper. I'm currently out of my regular and normal Joss paper. But normally they're going to come in big and smaller denominations, as you can see here. All right, as you see here, you have those. This is what it's normally going to look like front and back. Front and back. They're also going to come in here several different types of denominations. So I keep these hidden. We have one. It's going to actually come in this texture. We have one here. It's going to be more so on the soft crepe paper type. This is similar. I don't know why this is softer than the other ones. This particular one's softer, so it's going to look similar to this, but even softer. It's like soft crepe paper. This particular technique I'm going to show you guys can be used for different things. Those particular types, which I'm going to show again, is here. This particular ancestor note can be used for petitioning to your angels, the heavens, the high realms, other worlds, realms, and dimensions, in conjunction to the spirit realm, especially those who are elders and ancestors. This is theirs, all right? This is theirs. You can also use this. You also can use them for petitions, letters to God, several other different things. These notes are very magical, especially during certain times of the year, certain times of the day, certain hours of the day, if you do your ancestor note by the magic. First thing first, a lot of these are from, of course, Asian cultural bloodline, but also have expanded into other cultural bloodlines, similar to those in African spirituality and several other types of Caribbean spirituality. Also, you have different divinations, large and small. You also have different forms, which I did not bring. It was the gold bars and several other different things like the gold coins that you can place on your altar. A lot of these are burned normally at weddings and certain ceremonies, similar to the Home Ghost Festival, which, since I do have the Asian bloodline in association to my family tree, I celebrate certain Asian holidays in conjunction with several other Americanized and also in the international worldly type of holidays, something of that nature. Just depends on which one. And also ceremonies similar to New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. Of course, we have Day of the Dead and several other things that are in association with my ancestors from the past all the way to now, going to the future. So I will be teaching this technique. I've already taught students and other different people of different things of walks of life about the ancestors. A lot of these are burned at funerals. Some of these are burned at certain ceremonies, and also certain festivals as well. Some of these are left on. Mostly, you'll see this, especially in African spirituality, for petition, hoodoo work for petitions. You can also use these for petitions. If you didn't know that. So the paper itself comes in different variations of texture. These are the kind of more so Americanized and the newer ones. They're flat, but they're soft, but not as soft as the crepe paper style Joss paper. Those are the traditional ones. And now you can get them in several different denominations. Like this particular one is from Korea and China. You can get these on Amazon. You can get these from Wish, Alibaba, and several other places like eBay. eBay even has denominations. Let's say you're from a African bloodline, and on African Asian bloodline, but you're not from Indonesian bloodline or anything else. You can actually get denomination just like currency in a actual lot, just in your based off your bloodline. You can do a pure bloodline, which I have. Most of them now come in everything from the Asian to, of course, you see here the Americanized ancestral note, similar to the prop money, but this particular one is actually made for altar work and other different things, candle work and things of that nature. Especially when you're doing the ancestral candle, or I have a candle I do specifically for the Halloween Ghost Festival, or for Santa Marta and Orisha candle workings. There's a lot of different ways you use this. They come in different forms. You would think this is a real dollar, but it's not. This one is considered prop money. This particular one, consider prop money. You would use this one for a good luck petition or a quick money petition or something like that. These are, as you can see, the texture is completely different. It's a lot harder with the prop money. You can also use this for petition work, for employment, working with Santa Marta and several other Caribbean deities and other different deities within African, Caribbean, and also Asian, Indonesian bloodline, and several other bloodlines here in the states that we actually celebrate, which is all of them. This depends on your bloodline. You also, like I said, this one, do you see the texture? They're gonna mark this a little different. This one looks idealistically like U.S. currency, old, and also the newer $100 bill. Now, with this being here, you're gonna notice the difference between the two. So I have two different, I got a 3-pack lot of them, and I'm gonna use this. Now, this is great for money candles, money work, things of that nature. Also, this is great just to honor, let's say, sending someone a blessing. You can write your prayers on here with their first and last name, bless them with employment, especially when someone says, "Could you pray for me? I'm having a hard, who, XYZ," and you of course you can change my, like, "I'm having a great employment time," before you send anything else, especially when they say that. So you have that. You can do petition work with these. Now, I am very picky with the ancestral note. A lot of this technique can be read in several different books. I've already given them out during the pandemic all the way to now. Book recommendations, I have to kind of get a carousel together to actually show you the books where this information can be actually placed. But you can go to places like Pinterest. You can go to places like Google, YouTube, and even TikTok and Instagram and Facebook. Have information about the petition work with the ancestor money. Now, the yellow bills, great for Orisha work, just like they have the denominations in different colors. Now, the ones that are in different colors, I use these for feast day. I use only my gold bars for people's, my ancestors and family and loved ones that have crossed over. I use those for, I always give them a gold bar, and I give them certain denomination. One being the yellow for the women in the family, and the yellow for the ancestors, or when they're on the kind of mostly white denomination joss paper. Now, these right here are not traditional joss paper. When I do simple petitions, I use these. When I do color-coded candle work, I use these. When I do certain things, I use these. And there's 15 different ways I use just this denomination compared to the U.S. money and also the Hong Kong-based denominations. Like I said, and then these are considered the prop money. You will use these as actual teaching tools, and you can use these as bookmarkers in your spiritual books and also your manifestations. These would be great to write your manifestations. I manifest countless amounts of money flow into my life with financial roads open to me. Like, you would do that. You understand me? And you can petition that with your name, first and last name, date of birth, and your intention for your petition. And I've taught this method before, and you have to have already done the work. So I should have said it at the beginning of the video. You have to have already done the work spiritually. I do angel work with these, just for clarification, but only after I have done my clearing, uncrossing, unblocking, and all that, and also heightening the energy and also the workings. And then you would do petition work and things of that nature. Also, if you know you have spirits, if you're a high priestess, or you're working with certain certain spiritual activities coming around, you do that. Normally, when I send prayers to the angels, especially if it's around their feast time, which I am getting ready for Archangel Michael's feast day, I normally send him petitions. You can petition your angels on this, especially prayer workings, and you can use these, and it's just fine. Like I said, and then you can color code it using the ink. Now, when you get to that part, compared to several other things. Also, normally, like I said, with certain ancestors, I only send this one. God is one of them. So when I send God one to the heavens, it's normally always going to be this one. Of course, the larger bills I did not bring for this particular one, because there's a different way to use those. I only use those when I send it to the heavens. I only use those when I send it to certain ancestors, especially when I'm doing something for, let's say, it's Chinese New Year, it's Oshun Day, it's something that I always give them the big denominations for a color code. I don't have large bill denominations of ancestor notes. I always ask God's permission before I do a certain denomination for someone, or even prayer work for someone, especially if I know they're having a hard time or they need protection. So I always do the prayer work first. Like I said, certain things you can put certain things up. Now another one is gonna be this one. A lot of people also use this on their altar. This also comes into the big denomination. When you send stuff over to, let's see, Santa Murti, whether you work with the Orishas, whether you work with other ancestrals, angels, even Archangel Michael, I use these for them as well. Or I use gold bars, something etched in gold, or something of that nature for a certain dominant ancestral or angelic realm beings, or other galactic and cosmic bloodlines. So I do go by the bloodline, and I'm just showing you this. Do the work first. You have to do the work first. These are humble, and always remember, this is just money. Paper. This is paper. This is paper. This is paper. They love the spirits that serve the higher greater good. Is normally what I'd say before I use it for the spirit realm type of stuff. When I'm working with the angels, if somebody needs prayer, when I'm doing prayer work for like a whole world, like world work, humanitarian work, when it comes to the spiritual caliber. Normally I ask permission, especially if I'm going to send denominations over. I normally ask, God, he normally gives me the green light. And I always do that first. And especially if I see something, if I'm sensing something, I send the angels first after I get the green light. And once I get confirmation, then I'll do the universal prayer work, and I also use the denominations for the universal prayer work. But I got permission to do it. You have to have permission to do certain stuff. At the end of the day, it's scary at first. I know I was afraid to actually use the ancestor money. I was actually afraid to use it. It's scary at first because if you're coming from religious backgrounds and you're going, into your spiritual work and then this. It's a funny story because I was like scared to buy it, and it was like this thing like, oh my God, is that, and it's such a magical, these are magical. This is magic. So you can do magic with these, but you know the consequences, know when to use these. The rule is to use 2 in the morning and 2 at night. But also you can do 4 in the morning and 4 at night if you feel like it. But at least do 2 in the morning, 2 in the evening, or go ahead and do all 4 in the morning or 4 in the evening. I used to literally take these to work and write these down. Some people like to write it at the altar like I used to at the beginning of my use of ancestor money. Now these are to bless the bloodline. It clears everything out. You're going to use red ink to do the clearing. All right, and I'm going to use whiteboard maybe in our next session of ancestor money. And like I said, this actual video is supposed to be done in the fall and not now. But the ancestor money, using red ink, is going to clear everything. Any debts, and of course there's a prayer to go with that. I'm going to show you later which prayer to put with that. Also, to add money to the bloodline, you're going to use green, gold, bronze, copper, anything that is of high caliber. Think biblical wealth colors. You're going to color code your pen work. If you don't have any golds or anything, because it's kind of hard now with the color shortage, pigments, from candle works all the way to the pens. I have not seen metallic gold pens. Of course, you can always order them online. But you need to do that. Of course, you're doing love magic, pink, red. If you're doing clearing work, pink, red, with the intentions of clearing debt from the bloodline. If you're doing wealth and manifest money flowing opportunity, you're going to use green or black. If you know you're going to do health, vitality, and other different things, you're going to use, of course, blue, black, or something like that. Blue and black are universal, so if you don't know what to use, always use black. And if you're going to use blue, just remember, you can also do ancestral tribal colors. I used to do that as well, if you know the colors of your tribe. Of course, green equals money, wealth, financial stuff. Gold, of course, equals wealth and also bloodline wealth and also stability. That's one of the heaven colors is blue, gold, and I think it's blue, gold, and white, I believe. And silver. Silver, gold, blue, and white, and several other colors. Think ancient colors when you're working with the ancients, working with the Orishas, you're working with the star seeds. If you're like me, you work with angels and elders and ancestors and the divine spirits and the Holy Spirit, and you're working with the different tiers, and then you're working with spirit animals and things of that nature. If you know your tribal colors, color is very important. I do recommend always keep a red, black, and green pen when doing altar work. By doing this is going to help you really fluctuate a lot of things out. But also, like I said, I use these normally to petition and write to God. I write to the angels. I always make sure I at least celebrate all of them every year, throughout the whole year round. But especially if I can remember their feast day, then on their feast day, which I showed a video before, I always leave gold bars for them. A lot of people use the inglots, the Asian style inglots. I use gold bars. You can even burn actual representation like a ancestor money or ancestor John's paper houses, cars, dresses, clothes. They actually have so much now with the ancestor money. If you go to Amazon, that's what you'll see. You'll see all that Witcher candle works. You can even put them on your altar and stuff as well. But also, these were here great to hand out to people, great to, to tell them, oh, you can use this for this, great for magic. But remember, this is ancestor money, spirit realm money. This is for the ancestors. This is for your bloodline. This is for the spirits. This is for spiritual use, magical spiritual use. That's the biggest thing you need to remember. Always remember, this is just paper. It's the intention and the thought and the love behind it. If you didn't know. All right, this has been Brittany from the Goddess Complex LLC. Make sure you look at the description box below of this video and follow us on our app, and also check us out on all our social media as well. And I'll see you guys in the next one. I love you guys. Enjoy your God's paper. Heaven note, hell note, it goes by different names. But the intention of healing your bloodline, clearing your bloodline, and creating generational wealth by spiritually elevating, clearing, and elevating what's needed in your family bloodline, which means it grows your family tree. Next, we're going to talk about, of course, the continuing of the different types of ancestral money, but also we're going to talk about the other forms of magical ancestral representations. One being a bonsai tree or a money tree, two different trees, and what that can do for you as well. You've heard me talk about that before. But also, we're going to give examples of offerings to your ancestors and what they actually mean. And we're going to get into a discussion later on this year about several other things as well. And I'm trying to save some content for the fall. I'm getting fall vibes for this conversation. So that's going to be some of our upcoming videos for the 2023-2024 year over here on YouTube and several other social medias. So I love you very much so, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Happy teachings, and I'll see you guys later.